أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
Hello, everyone. In recent decades, Italy has witnessed a significant growth in its Muslim population, as well as an increasing interest in Islam as a religion and culture. This phenomenon is not only evident from the number of immigrants coming from Muslim-majority countries, but also from native Italians who are drawn to Islamic teachings and, in some cases, even embrace the faith. A report from the Istituto Nazionale di Statistica, ISTAT, estimates that currently, around 4.9% of Italy's population is Muslim. This figure includes people from various backgrounds, from immigrants of Moroccan, Albanian, Egyptian descent to those with Pakistani and Bangladeshi heritage. The rise in the Muslim population has led to the establishment of new mosques and community centers in major cities, such as Rome, Milan, Bologna, and Naples. The Grand Mosque of Rome, founded in 1995, remains a symbol of unity and inclusion for Muslims in Italy. In addition to immigrant communities, there is a new trend among native Italians who are increasingly showing a deep interest in Islamic teachings. Some have even converted to Islam. One example is the organization Italians for Islam, which has carried out various educational initiatives, open discussions, and social activities to enhance public understanding of Islam in Italy. Andrea Bianchi, a convert from Turin, stated that he found peace and life guidance after learning about Islam. Islam provided a different perspective on my life, and the Muslim community here has been very supportive of my journey, he said. Andrea is not alone, as data from Muslim community organizations show a growing number of Italians interested in learning about Islam, particularly among young people. However, the rise of Islam in Italy also faces challenges. Islamophobic sentiments still exist, and some groups in society continue to view Islam with prejudice. Because of this, the Muslim community in Italy keeps promoting interfaith dialogue and social activities aimed at strengthening good relations between Muslims and non-Muslims. Some organizations are also working with churches and Christian organizations to foster better understanding and tolerance between communities. Among young Muslims, this Islamic revival has fostered a sense of pride in their Islamic identity. Several Muslim youth organizations in Milan and Rome, for example, actively hold activities such as Arabic language courses, religious classes, and charitable projects involving the broader community. This phenomenon of Islamic revival is seen as a great potential for Italy to create a more inclusive society rich in culture. Through open dialogue and mutual understanding, Muslims in Italy hope to continue being part of the country's social and cultural development, as well as creating a more harmonious future for the next generations. In recent years, the phenomenon of conversions to Islam in Italy has drawn increasing attention. A significant number of Italians, from various ages and backgrounds, have begun embracing Islam after finding peace and deep meaning in its teachings. This major change reflects the growing appeal of Islam among Italians who are seeking spiritual guidance and values of togetherness. According to records from the Centro Islamico d'Italia, this year has seen a significant increase in the number of Italians converting to Islam. This trend is visible in major cities such as Rome, Milan, Naples, and Turin, where local Muslim communities have become more active in organizing public activities such as Islamic studies, interfaith dialogue sessions, and social services for the wider society. Federico Rossi, a convert who previously worked as a journalist, shared that his journey to Islam began when he started studying the Quran. I was drawn to the concept of the oneness of God, which is very strong in Islam, as well as to a way of life that balances spiritual and worldly needs, he said. Federico is not alone. More and more Italians feel that Islam offers answers to various fundamental questions they have long been seeking. The growing interest in Islam has also received support from several public figures and activists who promote interfaith dialogue. They emphasize that Islam teaches principles of peace and compassion, which resonate with many Italians seeking a more peaceful and meaningful life. This change is even visible among young people, who are increasingly participating in local Islamic community programs. However, alongside this phenomenon come challenges in the form of negative perceptions and stereotypes that persist in some segments of society. For this reason, Muslim organizations in Italy are committed to maintaining spaces for dialogue and education to strengthen the public's understanding of true Islam. Programs such as Open Mosque Day, which invites Italians to visit mosques and engage in conversation with Muslims, are part of efforts to foster good relations amidst cultural and religious differences. The revival of Islam in Italy is not just a spiritual phenomenon, but also a symbol of social change, leading toward the formation of a new, more inclusive identity. Italian Muslims and converts now work together to create a safe space for Muslims to practice their faith, while actively contributing to the country's social and cultural development. In Italy, which for centuries has been a center of the Catholic Church, this new phenomenon is attracting the attention of religious leaders. The growing number of converts and the public's enthusiasm for Islam is beginning to impact some Catholic churches, which are now experiencing a decline in congregants. Some priests have expressed concern about this phenomenon, seeing it as a sign of changing spiritual perspectives among Italians. Several pastors in Rome have stated that this Islamic revival has led them to rethink their approach to sharing Catholic teachings with the congregation. Some churches have noted a decrease in attendance, especially among the younger generation, who are increasingly drawn to a spirituality that offers values of simplicity, peace, and steadfast principles they find in Islam. Pastor Lorenzo, a priest in Rome, expressed his concerns. "We view this change with some anxiety and wish to understand the deeper reasons why many Italians are seeking something new outside of Catholicism," he said. "Perhaps it's time for us to be more introspective and listen to the needs of our people for a more meaningful spiritual life." This phenomenon is not only visible in Rome but also in other major cities such as Milan and Naples, where many churches are trying to regain the interest of congregants by revising their approach to conveying religious messages. Meanwhile, the Muslim community in Italy continues to open its doors to the broader society through social activities and open dialogues held in mosques and Islamic centers. This has been seen as helpful in reducing prior prejudices about Islam and sparking curiosity among Italians. This phenomenon has not only sparked discussion among religious leaders, but has also drawn the attention of academics studying trends in spirituality within Italian society. Professor Giuseppe De Santis, a sociologist of religion, states that this phenomenon reflects a broader desire among Italians to seek a new kind of spiritual meaning. This is a major transformation, where people are not just looking for religion but a sense of life that feels more genuine, he explained. Although some churches appear to be experiencing lower attendance, Catholic priests affirm that they will continue striving to meet the spiritual needs of their congregants, even if it means collaborating with other religious communities. On the other hand, the resurgence of Islam in Italy is seen as part of the expanding dynamics of diversity, creating a more vibrant society rich in diverse spiritual understandings.